Israeli airstrikes killed dozens in Gaza overnight. Palestinian sources say 4 Palestinians also reportedly killed in the occupied West Bank following pre-dawn raids by Israeli forces. Israeli airstrikes on Gaza have killed dozens of people overnight, according to Palestinian medical sources and media. At least 15 people were killed in air raids on the city of Khan Younis, southern Gaza, a medical source told Al Jazeera early on Friday. KEPREDING list of 4 items list 1 of 4 U.S. attacks facilities in Syria. Linked to Iran, Pentagon says list 2 of 4 Turkey says bombers came from Syria. Threatens more cross-border strikes list 3 of 4 the take, where do you go when Israel strikes down your home? In Gaza? List 4 of 4 Israel vows unrelenting attacks, as dozens reported killed in Gaza strikes end of list. The Palestinian news agency WAFA reported that journalist Yasser Abu Namus and his mother were among those killed in the pre-dawn strikes. At least 30 others were killed in attacks across the enclave, WAFA said. At least 10 people were killed in a strike on a 4-story house in the Al Zaytun neighborhood, southeast of Gaza City, while 8 others were killed in air raids on Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza, WFA said. Another 12 people, including a child, were killed in Israeli strike in Rafah, WAFA said. Al Jazeera could not independently confirm the latest casualty figures. 4 people were also killed after Israeli forces carried out a pre-dawn attack in the occupied West Bank, Palestinian sources told Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera's Nida Ibrahim, who is reporting from Ramallah, said that one of those killed was a member of armed group, the Jenin Battalion. More than 7,000 Palestinians, including nearly 3,000 children, have been killed in Gaza since Israel launched its war on Hamas, according to Gaza's health ministry. Israel has pledged to eliminate Hamas in response to the armed group's unprecedented October 7 attacks, which Israeli officials say killed at least 1,405 people, mostly civilians. The death toll from the fighting between Israel and Hamas has become a source of contention amid claims and counterclaims about the true number of casualties. United States President Joe Biden earlier this week cast doubt over the figures, saying that he has no confidence in the number that the Palestinians are using. Gaza's health ministry on Thursday released a list of more than 7,000 names that was paired with government identification numbers to support its accuracy. Newly released satellite images reveal how cities and towns in Gaza have been destroyed by almost 3 weeks of Israeli bombardments on the besieged enclave. Apartment buildings are crumpled and entire neighborhoods lie in ruins. In pictures taken before and after Israeli airstrikes and provided by Maxar Technologies and Planet Labs, Israel has vowed to wipe out Hamas, which rules Gaza, in retaliation for the 7 October attacks in which they killed 1,400 people and took more than 200 people hostage. Since then, Israel has continuously struck Gaza from the air, imposed a siege, and is preparing a ground invasion. The Hamas-run health ministry says more than 7,000 people, many of them civilians, have been killed in the Israeli bombardment. In the city of Beit Hanun, which lies close to the northern border with Israel, 4- and 5-story buildings are in various states of collapse. Huge chunks are missing from some, others are broken in half, and 2 large complexes lie in piles of rubble. Beit Hanun lies close to one of the main crossings through which Hamas militants launched their murderous rampage through southern Israel and has been a focus of much of the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) firepower. Just days into the current conflict, the Israeli Air Force announced that Beit Hanun had been struck 120 times, saying that the area served as a hub for Hamas. The results of the heavy bombardment are clear in images that show entire neighborhoods reduced to gray wastelands. With airstrikes continuing almost around the clock, the full extent of the damage remains unknown. Images of the Al-Karama neighborhood north of Gaza City show the rubble of a number of residential buildings. The UN has said that 42% of all housing units have been rendered uninhabitable in the past 3 weeks, with thousands more subject to moderate damage. The destruction has increased the number of displaced people in Gaza, with the UN and Palestinian Red Crescent estimating that between 400,000 and 1 million Palestinians are now homeless. In the Al-Atatra area of Beit Lahia in northern Gaza, satellite images show the ash and rubble from airstrikes has spread through entire neighborhoods. The UN has warned that amid all the destruction, its fuel supplies are dangerously close to running out, threatening the ability of its agencies to operate in Gaza.